What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I'm your host.
Hold on. Time out.
Wait.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm on the wrong channel.
Fuck! Such an ass.
I am.
Oh, this guy.
Fixed it. Go ahead.
Fixed it. All right. What's going on, everybody? This is take 2 of the Six Gaming Podcast.
His podcast jizzed all over the first one. He's like, fuck it.
I just had to ruin show's first day back. After
I was like,
years.
all kinds of hyped up and ready for the show today, and then Ron fucking squishes it.
Bam!
Brutal. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to this week's edition. I'm your host, as always, Shosan. I'm back with a motherfucking vengeance. That's right. Get used to it. I hope, anyway. But yes, welcome this week, you guys.
I'll be out next week, but the following week I'm sure I'm going to be filling in as always.
As always. I hope not. Well, actually, there are a couple Saturdays I'll have to work, so yeah. But we'll get to that after the show. Anyway, thank you guys so very, very much for joining us this week. I would be remiss, though, if I didn't introduce my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts. So up first, of course, we have Mr. Vegito.
Hey, guys, what is up?
There you go.
About damn time you're back.
I know, it's crazy. Dude, moving sucks so hard right now.
Especially out of state.
That's what she said.
Oh, God damn it. Why? It's not even 5 minutes in the show. You get a facepalm from me. Thanks, Ron.
That's great.
And then, of course, we have the instigator-in-chief, Mr. Ron Clay.
And I have a script. I just haven't shared it with anyone.
That's okay. We don't need no
I do, however, have a new webcam.
Ooh.
Yay.
Is it fancy?
Huh?
Is it fancy?
It's a Logitech.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts as fancy.
Yeah, Logitech is pretty easy. Uh-oh.
Veg, is there somebody sleeping behind you?
There
Yes.
actually is. Yeah, it's
Fuck,
crazy.
dude.
What do you mean, what the fuck? It's
You're
my
broadcasting. You're broadcasting somebody sleeping.
and you're broadcasting being a dumbass. What you
No,
I mean, I can't argue with his point.
I can.
All right,
Ron, know your role and shut your mouth, jabroni.
Oh God, dude!
Double deuce, dude.
1999
Double
called back. They want their phrases back.
That's actually early 2000s, so shut your
Whatever, bitch. Moving on to my favorite part of the show.
It's so great that you set this up for us, and you've got all the news for us. Also,
I had to. Yes, it's news.
What's the first story?
The first story. That's a great question. No, let's talk about the Steam issue that recently happened on this giant Steam sale, right? Now, everybody...
The biggest issue was the amount of money it took out of my fucking wallet.
Yeah,
That's the biggest issue right there.
I think I only dropped like $30 this year. It was pretty nice.
I bought like 7 games. It's terrible.
So yeah, everyone's wallet loves the Steam sale, right? That's just the way it goes. Well, it turns out that there was a deeper problem. Now, this problem is I have to say, I kind of agree with Steam on this one, but not entirely, right? So what happened? Okay, a bunch of people, let's say you were banned playing CSGO, right? And you had all these nice little things. So then the Steam sale comes around and you repurchase CSGO on a different account. What happens?
You're going to get banned.
Steam still fucking bans you. It was amazing. So the problem was, according to what I could find, it doesn't look like Steam ever offers a refund either. It's you gave money, you're still gone. So it sucks to be you. But this actually happened to more than 40,000 Steam users this year.
Jesus.
A huge round of Steam bans across the board.
Idiots.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to cheat or otherwise violate the terms of use, then don't bother coming back, because obviously they're tracking your IP and everything else. So don't do it. But
Another 5,000 bans happened on July 6th on top of the anti-cheat bans. The value of the CSGO weapon skins lost was $9,600.
Holy crap. That's insane.
But aren't they essentially useless anymore though? Because they got rid of like all the CS:GO lottery websites.
I have
Well,
no idea.
they're still there. I think a lot of them actually moved over to the
they're
dark web. No, there's a chunk of them still operating under Tor now.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So they're operating illegally. So if they get caught, they're going to have some legal precedent. That's going to be awesome.
Right. Basically.
Good job, dumbasses.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll tell you what. So, all right. Let's see. Up next, we have the Destiny 2 beta update. Now, Ron, what's going on here?
Yeah, they're starting beta next week for the consoles. And PC
Yeah,
gets
we already
fucked. PC waits till August.
When are we what? August? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's silly. I have no idea why the delay. It's, you know how they go. They get like exclusive shit with whoever, and
yeah,
just treat everything equally. Guys.
You would think, especially with this big merger with Destiny 2 being put under the Blizzard launcher. I mean, that just reaches a whole bigger audience already. Drop it early, whatever. All right. Also, up next on news, I have one of my favorite events, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch as much of it as I wanted to. But you guys, SGDQ finally finished last week with an astounding turnout this year. Some fantastic runs. If you guys missed it, of course, the replays are up on YouTube as well as on their Twitch site or on their Twitch page right now. But the biggest news coming out for Doctors Without Borders, raising $1,792,632.
And a partridge in a motherfucking pear tree.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy amount of money raised for one charity.
Yeah, exactly. And the crazier thing is that's not their best either, if I remember right.
No, it's not. Actually, I think the record is 2.2 or 2.3 million is the current record.
Still, that's a lot of money just for a charity event for a week.
$1.7 million raised in a week. Yeah, I mean, wow. Gamers are great people, it turns out, when we're not raging against each other. But
holster.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was crazy, but there was a great turnout both in Minneapolis as well as online. The peak numbers from last I had saw, they had over 700,000 viewers at one point. Just doing incredible things. Never in my life would have said that 700,000 people would ever tune in to watch a video game being played, let alone being played quickly. So that was definitely very cool.
I always love the fact that people on ESPN, whenever they do like the competitive coverage and stupid shit like that, they're like, "Oh, this is never gonna get off the ground. I don't know why these fucking idiots are watching this. They're never gonna amount to anything in their lives." And it's like, dude, billion dollar corporations are starting to look into these.
Right.
There's something there apparently.
Yeah, obviously. And this is I want to say it's the third or fourth year running that the GDQ runs have raised over $1 million in a row. It's only getting bigger. So that definitely says something.
Yeah, that when their average, for the past 4 years is over $1 million, they're doing something right.
Right. And then, of course, Mr. Ron Klee, of all people, would agree with me on this. The best news coming out of SGDQ this year, we killed the animals.
Yay! Yes! Oh, that's
Let
so good.
Them die.
They were losing like the day before.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then out of nowhere, they kind of came up right from behind. It was a great run.
Thank goodness, kill those motherfucking.
Yeah, and then of course all the runners were supremely happy because even faster, the way it should be. So. But that's kind of all the news that I have managed to gather up. Do you gentlemen have anything else of anything crazy?
Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming in 2018.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep, it's going to have a story world.
I wasn't big after the first one. In fact, I didn't really dig on the first one too much.
Yeah, a lot of people like that thing, though.
They do.
It's just interesting. Just like Disney silliness.
Yeah. I'm not saying it was a bad game. I couldn't get into it. That's all it was for me.
I just find it bizarre that furries are like rejoicing and just like, I don't know why I know this and accumulated this information, but fucking Rule 34 for this has just gone like skyrocketing.
Oh, Jesus. Veg, why are you looking up Rule 34?
I'm not looking it up. It's just there.
For Kingdom Hearts.
And I have some friends that are weeboos. I can't help. They're very
Jesus.
nice people, but they have some weird ass fetishes.
Well, who doesn't? It's just whether or not you vocalize your weird ass fetishes.
That is very true.
Everyone's got their
pleading
thing,
the fifth.
right? It's
I'm
just
pleading the fifth.
Yeah, exactly. You stay quiet about what gets you going. That's all it is. That's all I ask. Leave it to yourself. I don't need
One other piece of news. Another website has dug up the fact that Overwatch, since launch, has released 119 patches to their game. That's like one every 4 days.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would have said one
Silly.
about a week, but yeah, that's impressive. Actually, the fact that they're that involved though in their game, there's some passion in there.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. That's definitely good to know. All right, anything else? Otherwise, we move on. Nope.
What are we moving on to?
We are moving on to my favorite part of the show, and you guys are going to stop and go, wait, show. You said that the previous part was your favorite. Well, it is.
Dude,
but,
you just broke the fourth fucking wall.
But
Show.
this is my Deadpool moment,
Oh.
brought to you by the Six Gaming Podcast. Anyway, no, it is my favorite, but I like this one just as much because I get to find out all kinds of cool new things that you guys are playing. This is, hey, podcasters, what you playing?
Jesus Christ.
Yes,
Shut up.
going
It's
old
not
school.
been it's
Going
not
old
been that
school.
for it's not been that for a while.
It is today because
It's
I'm bringing it
it's
back.
games. It's games.
It's games.
Games.
GAAYMERS.
Oh God, only you, Veg. Only you.
There's actually a gaming group near you named that, Veg.
Oh, I know
Exactly.
there is.
He's a founding member, Ron. Didn't you know that?
I'm too lazy to found anything other than a.
He's got a point. He's got a point. All right, so Veg, what have you been playing, man?
For some reason, I've just been playing a shit ton of F1, just race after race after race, and like I've said before, I do simulations of it, like where I don't have the anti spin or the anti-lock brakes. I don't have traction control, so basically the car is just a giant ice skate on wheels.
So are you doing this with a steering wheel or on controller or keyboard?
On controller. For some reason, the steering wheel I have is just way too sensitive, and it's just I get very impatient at times because I know the dead zones of what it is. It's just the game's like, no, we're just gonna make the dead zone either way too ridiculous or way too sensitive. So I just can't get the handling right on the cars, and I either smash the wall when I should be just turning fine, or it just doesn't turn at all and I still smash the wall. Either way, I'm getting pissed. So for now, I've been doing my best of my abilities with the controller, and it's been working okay.
That's good.
Yeah, my worst finish so far has just been fourth. So
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
yeah,
What he doesn't tell you is that there are only 4 entrants.
Right.
22.
2
All boss.
plus 2.
They're on master level, and show I'd love
shit,
to
it's
see
4.
fucking
It's
watch that.
4.
No, I'd love to see show even try to play this on intermediate.
Oh hell no! I don't play racing games.
I wouldn't, because whatever controller he was using would be destroyed after 2 minutes.
Immediately
But,
destroyed.
But I've been playing that, League of Legends, of course, and then EVE Online occasionally to check on my skills and whatnot. EVE Online's just been like, ever since we lost all those systems, they haven't been doing shit other than just like roaming and not things I like to do. So
So what you're saying is EVE Online has become an idle game for you?
for the most part, yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I'm eventually gonna sell my shiny ship and move out of the area and probably go join a couple friends in their system.
Yeah, it'd probably
Because
be good.
because the problem is that with that game, you know, the space determines on what you do. I live in pirate space. The hell was that?
That is a pissed off Tibbers. That's
No,
what that is.
That's not pissed
Tibbers
off.
bombing the podcast.
Jesus.
This is not. Yeah, she's not very pissed off at all. Usually, she doesn't like this, but she's very much purring.
But
I think she is pissed I let her down.
Super talkative. Jesus.
no, that's Tibbers. But I've been playing that, and also I've been playing Borderlands 2 strictly with my brother and his friend, Sir Lucius Fox, as he likes to be called.
Luscious.
Pretentious
Luscious.
asshole. But
Luscious. Fetch like some luscious.
oh my god.
I know he does. That's what's sad.
At any rate, if you've never played Borderlands 2, I highly suggest it. It's even better than the pre-sequel.
I never did play the pre-sequel. I need to. I have it. I just haven't gotten to it.
I heard it's all right. I heard it's not as good as the second one or the first one. But I heard it's not a bad game, but it's not as good. And the reason I say that is because the dialogue in the second one is amazing. Especially when you meet certain characters, like even the protagonist is just downright hilarious, or he gets at you too, eventually throughout it, and it's amazing. There's never a dull moment. It's extremely outlandish. The artwork is amazing, and back on the summer sale, it was $8, for everything.
One of my favorite voice actors actually does probably one of the best characters in Borderlands.
Whoa!
2,
What the fuck?
which of course is Ash,
Hold
who
on.
got to play. Who the?
Oh God!
This guy. Why?
This
Oh,
guy.
dude. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
Show it.
yes.
Good evening. I am here because just spiders lumberjack since Tinkley that you were putting on a show. Thought I'd save it. So here I am.
Thank God.
Thank you,
More
because
fun.
show's here. It's been
You
More
can't
fun
save a
than this.
disaster. You can only control it.
That's true. Well, you missed news, but I'll give you an opportunity to.
I'm
bring
sorry, I
something
missed
up.
what?
News.
What?
say it right.
News.
Say it right, show.
What?
No.
Ah, okay. That's one of your favorite halves of the show.
Yeah. Even though there's like 4 halves.
No,
But-
it's only
We
3.
point that out to you all the time. You have never noticed until now.
No, I've always
I am
noticed.
actually a bit disturbed. I'm going to go double check my stocks, make certain that they're in order. Maybe the rapture has occurred. My father's
Well-
gone. No, not my father. Father definitely no.
I do have a nice place to go ice fishing in hell, though. If you want to join me.
Oh, isn't that the inner circle that's reserved
Right,
for?
right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you're a real fuck.
Yes, he is.
Well
Oh,
All right,
said.
just so long as we're all on the same. I've successfully derailed your experience, so please attempt to recuperate.
I can't because we were actually letting Veg talk. So
Yeah, how do you recuperate from that?
You don't. But yeah, I've been mostly playing.
Did you
that.
lose enough weight that you could actually shave underneath the chin?
That's nice.
Okay, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
it was a compliment. He lost weight.
For those of you who are audio only, that is the second middle finger we've had in the show today.
Third,
So-
did you miss mine? You
I
missed
think
mine.
I did. Oh, okay. So we got 3 going. Let's keep the counter going.
Show, where were you going to get yours?
You know what, Ron? You can go fuck yourself. There's a double.
Yes.
When he spreads his booty holes for
Double deuce. Edge, fuck off.
Oh, God. Hey, you're going to be doing that on Wednesday. I don't want to hear it.
Oh no. Don't want to hear. Don't want to know.
I've
Too
changed
much.
my mind about Wednesday.
Yeah. Good. But you wanted Raising Cane's. How are you going to get it when you're stranded at the airport?
I'll fucking walk.
I'm on fiber. Why does the quality of this suck?
Must be nice.
no
Someone's
idea.
on Fiverr. Anyway,
It
All
must
right,
be the
that-
content.
Veg, what else, man?
Must be the content.
It probably is the
It
content.
probably is the content.
That's
Yeah,
really
Cole.
it, other than like occasionally Fallout 4 with its random ass. I did tell you about the Gundam mod, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Gundam mod's
Okay.
crazy.
Oh, a Gundam mod?
Yes, there's a Gundam mod.
Gun damn it.
Yeah.
Which Gundam?
It has Wing Zero. It has, I think the Unicorn one. It has a couple other ones.
Eh,
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm a Universal Century kind of guy.
No, it doesn't have those.
Oh, fuck that then.
Sadly, all of this is just going way over my head. I
You
know
don't-
of the Gundam series, never watched it.
Yeah, a lot of it's
So,
pretty good.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing else really. I mean, I've been trying to get to play League of Legends with our favorite, favoriteest camera person ever.
The one who's
Uh,
hacked about every 30 seconds?
Jesus
He's
Christ,
hacked
it's
as
so-
often as he's fucked.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
And he's
Well, I mean-
probably hacked because they want to catch. Never mind. We already figured
Yeah,
it out.
moving on. All right. Okay, so I'll just knock mine out because moving, I haven't had an opportunity
rub it
to
out?
play anything. No, so the only thing that I've got is back here in the back. I don't know if you can see it. Right here is my Switch. I managed for whatever reason to buy one, and there's like no fucking games on it. But there is one particularly fun game that they just released called ARMS. I don't know if you guys have heard about this.
Yeah, there
It's-
was actually. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a dumbass fucking problem with it because one of the characters who was black, one of her her attacks
Oh.
were from her hair.
Yeah, yep. So that was the thing, sadly. But I mean, the game itself is a lot of fun. It's kind of like a Street Fighter kind of game, only it's a bit easier. But it is kind of like Smash Brothers. It's got this weird draw you in kind of thing, and you just kind of get addicted and keep going. So I've been playing a bit of that. Now that I've recently rebuilt my computer, I'm discovering the wonders of 4K gaming. And I got to tell you, Doom in 4K is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Would you say it's 4K and great?
Yes, Ron. It is 4K great.
You know what? I'm gonna let that one go. That one
Yeah,
was
thank you.
pretty good. I'm upset with myself, of course.
For not
Uh,
thinking of it first?
No, for finding it amusing, you piece of shit. We're gonna let it go. We're gonna let
Doing
it
it
go.
right.
Well done.
We're gonna grow a little.
Good. Good. Anyway, but yeah, so that's about it. So, Doom, this and that here and there. But yeah, that's about all I've been playing. So, Ron, what have you been playing?
Oh my god, this week has been DLC hype week, and that's because there's been a lot of fun DLC action. Crypt of the Necrodancer finally got its full release for Amplified, and it's now got 4 new characters instead of 2, and one of them, Tempo, I have a top 5 time.
Ooh, good
I'm
for you.
pushing for that world record. This guy, it's kind of funny because this guy is extremely unfair. You can get put into impossible situations, but for whatever reason, when he gets going, he feels really smooth to play. So I've been really just playing a lot of that guy as well. They had a tournament today that I couldn't do because I was doing my own Descent tournament today. Which I actually have to talk. I know this isn't the Descent podcast, but I have to talk about the one match in today's Observatory.
Ooh.
It was Mark 39-2 and Jedi Luke.
I missed the observatory.
Yes. Mark 39-2
Fuck.
was sick as a dog, like literally barfing into a bucket in the middle of matches.
Nice.
Yes.
He
Jedi
says it
Luke.
all the time.
Jedi Luke was having like this migraine and had to turn down the sound, and he couldn't hear very well in the game. And these two get together, and these guys put on a show in fucking Forte No Missiles. And it's like,
It sounds like a cripple fight is what it sounds like.
No, because these guys' worst day, they would still destroy everyone. In fact, Mark won the game. Mark won the match. Jedi was as close as 17 at one point before he started Suicide Tactics. The smack talk between the two of them was hilarious. It was just so good. But yeah, speaking of Descent, me and I believe Mr. Fod over here are two among many people who will be going to Louisiana this coming week for what should be a fun as hell LAN. I still have a meowing cat demanding attention here. So,
You're not bringing the cat, are you?
I
Oh,
am not
please bring
the cat.
Charles.
I don't think
I
that's-
can't.
I don't think
Cat-
that's very easy to bring through. I definitely wouldn't want to bring a pet through Houston.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's that. Also been playing Sublevel Zero's DLC, Sublevel Zero Redux. I don't know if they just turned the difficulty dial up. It's actually hard. Whereas before it was kind of like a joke.
Really?
Yeah. I actually died on the third run after clearing the first two barely by the skin of my teeth. So it's pretty good. Other games been playing Creeper World 3, just working through some achievements on that. Risk of
You're playing your
Rain.
own game?
Huh?
You've been playing yourself?
The fuck are you talking about? That's not my game.
Creeper World?
No, it's
He's calling you a creeper, but it was a bad
I'm
joke.
ignoring him. I'm also
Thank
playing
you.
Distance. And then last night I got to play something, and this is something that me and my wife have been planning on doing for a while. I played Choice Chamber on stream, which you have to because it's Twitch integrated. It integrates with Twitch chat. And my wife was trying to fucking kill me.
Nice. Good for her. Good for her.
Fuck you.
Someone's got to.
Fuck you. I died to a fucking bat, okay? I'm not happy about this. And the funny thing is that you get to the first boss fight. The boss fight is this giant bat that looks almost as big as Veg, but not quite, but it's pretty big. And what I didn't see is that there's a message thing on the right side of the screen that I just don't have time to pay attention to. It says, drop stalactites where? Left, right, or center? And I'm sitting over on the right side of the screen like, oh yeah, I found a nice place I can start hitting the boss. Of course, my wife types right. And down
Good
drops
for
a
her.
stalactite, and poof. And she's laughing over there like, she's cackling like nothing. I mean, it was a great time. This game is probably something I'll be coming back to every once in a while whenever she's got time to.
Know when, please.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Choice Chamber. It's I mean, the game itself is, I mean, it's not the best game out there, but the fact that there's that interaction just brings it up a couple levels. It's really good.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I don't know. I had a friend of mine trying to get me to play the Friday the 13th game on
I
PlayStation,
would hold on to that.
only because they just want to troll the living shit out of me. That's the only reason why they want me to play. So
Nice.
I'm passing. All right, Morphod, what have you been doing?
But
What have you been playing?
dying a very slow and suffering death.
Aren't we
Oh,
all?
well, we all are.
Yeah.
Everything kills you. I mean,
Listen here, prissy pants. Get on with the show.
Okay. Actually, been playing a lot of Diablo 3
Ooh.
because I have that bad habit of playing the games when all of my friends are not playing them.
Yeah, me too. Go figure. You digging that Necromancer or?
No, I didn't. I haven't played through all the other characters, so I can't justify buying a DLC just to play another character.
Okay.
But understand that my experience with Diablo was kind of tainted during Diablo 2 in high school. My friends were, you got to buy this, you got to buy this, you got to play with us. Of course.
did they pull a Coles on you?
What's that?
You
Oh,
buy
God.
the game and then they stop playing?
No.
Oh, thank God.
But you may recall that I was raised in. I spent more time in the church than I did in my home because my mother worked 72 hours a week. So she needed a cheap babysitter, and the cheapest one was just straight religious indoctrination. So, of course, Diablo 2, we can't buy Diablo 2 for us.
Not
No,
that you're
no.
bitter about it.
Oh, well, I just... so,
Yeah.
but I do recall when there's kind of like... I swear my parents must have had a discussion, but like almost overnight they lightened up because I remember Dad asked me to point out... what's that Diablo thing you want to play? And I pointed out the battle chest, and that was my birthday gift. And I really, really enjoyed Diablo 2. I love the Diablo franchise, but I only ever played it single player because when I tried to play online, my friends were all very experienced Diablo 2 veterans, and they were like running around here and there and with the map hack and everything. And I never experienced the story, so I just kind of took the viewpoint of I'm just going to play this as a single player, and I'm going to enjoy it on my pace and my time. It was fantastic because it ran at 20 FPS even with a good computer. I had a shitty one. Everything worked out fine. The fact that you had to use 6 CDs to install the fucking thing was amazing to me at the
those are
time.
good days.
So no, when Diablo 3 was announced, I was like all thumbs up about it. But I generally just kind of keep to myself when I play Diablo 3.
Are you doing the story, or are you done with it?
I already did the story. I did buy the expansion and played
Right on.
through but then one of my friends who never experienced the Diablo franchise at all bought the game and said he wanted to play it, so we formed a party, and with 2 of 4 people having a very strong conviction of no, you let him play the cutscenes, you don't cut any, we wait for him to go through everything. I think he's had a better first time experience, and I'm enjoying getting refreshed on the lore as well. And for that matter, I have been taking advantage of the double XP this weekend.
Nice.
And have gotten at least one character up to level 70, which is the first time I've ever done that. And really starting to appreciate how my tendencies were to just kind of I didn't realize just how much I grinded by myself, because I have some pretty nice loot for somebody who doesn't play that much. But I definitely have a shit ton of gems, because all I ever did was sold everything I had to craft better gems. And so when I started, when I realized that, wait a minute, there's a difficulty slider that you can turn up. So I cranked it up to like Torment 3 and cried a little bit.
Yeah.
I cranked it up to Torment 3, cried a little bit. I had a brand new character when I'm doing that. And then used all of my stash to craft a few weapons with my fully leveled up Hadrig, and slapped a whole bunch of red gems in all the slots of the weapons. And got to say that I've tried the other characters, but I still like the what's the thing where you can customize what skill slot can go where? Like there's an option where you can assign like if you leave it in default mode, you can only choose between like these kind of skills for slot 1, these kind of skills for slot 2. But if you check them, if you check one box, you can mix and match all over the place.
Oh yeah. Well, that's fairly standard nowadays.
Right, that's fairly standard now. But I've abused that to where I don't know how to play the Demon Hunter any different.
Yeah.
But it's to the point where my companion is so leveled up that I don't have to do any work.
Nice.
So that just means I have to turn it up to another level of torment. But I've actually been having a pleasant time doing that. And
awesome. You ever want another newbie, you just give me a call, because I'm probably about as good as you are.
He's been playing for so long and he's still a noob.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I'm certainly interested in any parties that this group puts together. Ron has me on whatever the Blizzard network is.
I'll find you.
Yeah,
I'll find you.
But yeah, definitely reach out to me if you guys are doing something. So, but that's been my primary gaming experience, other than being very frustrated. I have an ear infection.
Those are fun.
But it's kind of a. I've lost about, based on how I've adjusted my headset, I've lost about 25% of my hearing while it's all backed up. So. But then I'm going to this Descent lane and trying to play competitively.
Yeah, that's going to do you really well.
After this show, I'm going to be doing a few games just to see if I'll be up to snuff. But we'll see how it goes. Really looking forward to the lane. I'm going to be driving. Ron's flying into Houston. I'm going to be driving down to Louisiana from Pennsylvania.
Yes, Fetch knows very well I'm flying into Houston.
Yes, I do. Date night.
So,
Well,
it's not fucking date night, you bitch. It's fucking Raising Cane's.
so is he going to
To
be?
some people, that's some luxury right there.
Is he just picking you up to the airport and then you're going to rent a car? Or is he actually escorting you all the way out to Louisiana?
Oh, I am not doing that.
He is not an escort. First of all,
He didn't seem very enthusiastic at the prospect of picking you up. Anyway,
I suppose Veg has the title of escort, but just because you're not successful doesn't make you not something.
I mean,
I'm concerned.
you can be a bad escort, but you can
Right.
still be. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
But either way, so that means I don't have to cook extra food on the smoker because I am packing my barbecue smoker to take to Louisiana, which is going to be very interesting.
Good for you. Yeah.
Because my intention there is to not offend the locals.
Then you're fucked.
They have a very strong culinary culture down there, and I don't.
Yep.
So I've actually been like trying to find a decent place to get pork shoulder, but the thing is, sausage is so huge, every piece of pork shoulder gets turned into sausage, and I'm like trying to find a butcher that has a reasonable price.
There's a decent restaurant over on Bourbon Street. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
We're not going to be in New Orleans.
You're not going out there?
Yeah. If I'm going to New Orleans, I'm not packing the smoker. I'm going down there with like $100 bills that I don't even own and shove them into strippers' tits. Okay,
that's the way it should be. But hey, at least he's honest. 10 points for honesty.
10 points. Is this the show where the points are made up and everything doesn't matter, like your life?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Indeed.
So,
nailed it.
Either way, so that's what I've been playing. And you should move on to your favorite half of the show.
I am going to move on to my favorite half of the show, actually. And I know that you guys love this too, right? Because I am so completely unprepared for this that the person I'm about to call out has no idea that I'm getting ready to do this, right? And you guys are wondering, well, what half of the show is this? Well, let me tell you. It's the Six Gaming Roundtable! Oh,
wow.
oh,
Full of
okay?
very round men.
energy. Let me tell you. All right. So, on today's Six Gaming Roundtable, I am going to pass it over to Vegito to come up with today's question. So, Veg, what are we going to discuss?
I don't know. I didn't read the thing either. That's more of a Roncley question.
Fail.
Nope, today it's a veg question.
It is a veg question. So, you've been called out. So, come on.
It's a veg question.
Come on. Quick.
Give me a second.
Think.
All right. In the meantime, have any of you guys played Super Fight?
I have not. It sounds really familiar, though.
It's a card game. I'm hoping to bring this down to Louisiana for the land, but it's a card game where you have the black deck and the white deck on one.
Whoa! I don't think this is this kind of show.
Fucking racist! Yeah, wow. I mean, get out of here.
Okay, I did take the flag down. I just wanted to make.
No, I think you're wearing the flag, actually.
Anyhow, so one deck has a list of proper nouns, generally just it could be like actors or characters or even just some kind of creature or monster or something unassuming. So I mean, like you can have like Bruce Willis, or you can have Superman, or you can have a giant spider or something.
Right.
Then you have the other cards. The other deck is attributes, and so you are choosing from your hand one attribute and one proper noun, and like this is the best combination. This is what would win in a fight. So you put that down to play. All right. Except you now have to take a random white card, a random attribute and place it down there. This attribute is now added to the other attribute. And your objective is to argue that this would win in a fight. So maybe you've got like Bruce Willis, who just broke up with his girlfriend, and then you flip another card with an AK-47. Okay, you've already won.
Yeah.
I think I remember somebody at one party getting Constantine with a kitten.
Nice.
And then they flipped the card over. It's like, and a kitten launcher.
Even better.
Like you just handed him ammunition and a gun, and it's Constantine. Game over.
Right.
Game over. So lots of expansions, lots of fun, and actually very accessible to. It gives a Cards Against Humanity feel without getting outrageous. You could still bring 12, 13-year-olds into the mix and not have an issue. That's awesome. A real fun game, and I hope to bring that into the land if I could find it in time.
Yeah. No, I'd love to try to find that. All right, Veg, we bought you some time.
Yeah.
Still thinking. Look, you can actually see the steam coming out.
Could see the smoke coming out of his ears, you know.
What about
That's
old
boiling.
Ellie back there? No.
Hey, Ellie. Do you have a
All right,
discussion?
all right,
with us
all right,
on
all right,
Roundtable?
Oh my
He's got
word.
nothing.
All right,
They-
I'll save it. I'll tell you what. I'll come up with
That's
one.
just
Right?
about to be saved.
A round cable. Wait, what? Oh. Ellie wants to know when we're going to raid.
That's an excellent roundtable question.
Yeah, that's.
Um,
Maybe what I
So in other words, when are the permanent working underclass going to rise up and defeat their wage slave masters?
Hold on.
This is
Hold
a
on.
fascinating.
Hold on. Wait.
I
hold
do
on.
appreciate
I have to.
this question.
I have to interrupt you, sir. This is very important.
Oh my God.
The face palm of death.
Bourgeoisie have it so easy.
Right.
The Tsar's putting gold on his bread.
I'm not taking my face out of
People
these
of
hands
Moscow
while you're
are
singing.
hungry, but think what a feast there could be.
All right.
We could create a socialist state that cares for
Good job.
people like me.
This is very
Oh
fitting
my
with the
God.
chat raid we just had. I just want to point that out.
This is great.
Arranges the blocks that descend upon me from up above. They come down and I spin them around.
Joe, do you have a
in
round
the
table?
Yes,
like-
as a matter of fact, I do.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the 6 gaming roundtable for you guys. So I just spent a lot of money upgrading my computer once again, right? I tried to go as top of the line as I can afford, right? Now I did this because I primarily
Is your,
play-
your potatoes worse than Morphods?
mine
Yeah.
at one point
You
it
said
was.
can afford.
Well, yeah, I can afford a little bit more than he can right now. So
Thank you for the reminder.
absolutely, that's what I'm here for. So my question to you guys is, how far or how much money should be invested if you play only one particular game, or do you think it would be better to go all out for a broad range of video games? For example, I play a wide range of Oblivion all the way to Doom, and everything in between. So is there such thing as too far with regard to hardware?
Curious that you would mention Oblivion there, because Oblivion is single-threaded, and so you're going to want like one really hot core to be able to get the best performance out of that, and you'll actually get degraded performance from some modern processors because hey, it's got 12 cores, but they're only running at 1.8 gigahertz.
Right.
So yeah, I think it is a valid question. Building a machine for certain types of legacy gaming, not straight up like emulation of 8-bit and 16-bit, but 10 years, 15 years ago, you do have to build with a different mindset.
Correct. Right. And that's just it for you guys, or at least for you, Morphod, as far as I'm aware. You tend to play a bit of the older games and run as well. Like a lot of the games that he plays aren't super graphics intensive. So
I simply can't. I mean, I want to play. Like, I think the latest latest Civilization. I've been a crazy Civ fan, but I just know that the hardware on this can't handle it.
right.
I want to play Doom. What I've seen looks absolutely hilarious and just straight balls to the wall fun.
It is. Doom's a blast, even without 4K. Doom's
You would make it
amazing.
amazing if you could have co-op campaign, not just the stupid ass multiplayer they have.
I remember having a lot of fun in Doom co-op. Doom 1, Doom 2
Yep,
runs.
Yep. I was always a Duke Nukem kind of guy, little Duke Nukem brawl. That was always fun. But no, I mean, I spent a lot of money. I've now got a 1080 Ti graphics card in my system. The new Ryzen 7. My system's about as balls to the wall as I can get right now. But I'm looking to push things as best I can. So, I mean, this is the first time I've ever been able to run WoW at a sustained 60 frames per second or better.
Which
So-
is pretty depressing considering how old the WoW engine is.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. I've always been far behind the curve. So, I mean, yeah, like how far is too far, I guess, you know?
Well, yeah, it's I think it has a lot to do with price versus performance. You can always be bleeding edge, but at what point is your dollar far enough ahead of the curve in an unpleasant manner that you really question whether or not it's worth the upkeep of your mineral oil filled cooled system,
console, yeah.
which I still want to do because it's fucking awesome. But
I do too, but yeah. And that's just it.
Yeah,
I tried
that's
to
the
keep
thing, like,
myself as, quote, future-proof as I could get, you know, but
I've never. I used to do that with my machines to build them with future proof or build them with the intention of upgrade, and I realized that by the time that I actually get around to saying, yeah, I need an upgrade, I need a new platform, and so I kind of take the attitude of, while I may do a graphics card update or maybe a processor update, very rare. Most of what I'm going to be upgrading are going to be peripherals for the machine, like adding a secondary low-powered video card, so I can have secondary monitors that don't draw on the performance of the first card, or do a high-quality sound card or a capture card or something like that. Those are the only upgrades I slap into a machine anymore, and also more and more hard drives. Honestly, I hit about like upper mid-grade, and I just have to evaluate with the games that I'm playing, do I have the time, the play time available to truly appreciate the high quality that I could buy?
right.
And I find myself generally lacking in that category. And so I go for either entry-level performance or upper-level mid-grade hardware, as just a little bit ahead of that perfect price performance curve for the time, and that generally holds me out pretty well, because my usual intent is to buy a game, drive into it, and really like Skyrim. I will be building a Skyrim based machine, unless there's like they could come out with like Elsewhere or something.
Now we got a Skyrim 4K that's out as well, their Ultimate Edition or whatever they call it.
Depends on their. I'd have to see how well that ran, and how well the modding community has supported it first. But
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean,
I think
you'd
it
be
already has,
better
like,
off sticking
15
with original.
Yeah, I think it already has like 15,000 files.
Yeah, it's something crazy, and dedicated websites to modding.
I mean, I technically still own both, but I would probably build around the original, because when you're done with it, it'll take forever for me to really finish Skyrim, but then I can turn around and play Skyblivion.
Right, which is pretty cool.
Or actually, I'd probably do what was it? The Morrowind Skywind. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be one that I'd be more interested in. But yeah, I don't see a value in trying to do everything with your computer and trying to make it as bleeding edge as possible, unless you have you really have all that time to get the best out of your investment.
Sure.
And don't and previously working there, don't really listen to fucking Best Buy employees.
Oh God,
They don't
no.
They don't know shit.
The gold-plated HDMI cables don't actually add FPS.
God,
No, literally one guy
don't
was
get me
so
started
good
on
at-
that.
There was one guy at my job who was so good at conning stupid people into buying technology. It was astounding. This lady was literally looking for a laptop that was just for her internet needs, Word and doxing, DocWorks, basically like anything
All right.
Microsoft Windows related. And that was
So what
it.
you needed was a cell phone with a keyboard.
Essentially, yeah.
Pretty
She
much.
needed a what the hell is it called? What's that? The thing that Google made?
Oh, the notebooks or whatever.
Chromebook.
The Chromebook. Yeah.
That's what she
Yeah, I've
needed,
seen
but
those.
she ended up leaving
Chromebook.
the store with a gaming laptop that had 970 graphics in it.
Awesome. Good for him.
And when it breaks, gives it to her nephew,
Right.
and he's going to be like,
Mhm.
That's a
Very
great
fucking
face.
Christmas, bitches.
We need to save that face and update
he's good
our
with
website
computers.
that.
He can fix it.
Yup.
But you do have to do, like, if you are going to build your own computer, you do have to do your homework, because for me, I play every game under the sun. I do. And what I got was the best price that I could get. The graphics card and everything that's in my computer right now is supposed to at least last for 10 years. 5 at the minimum,
Right.
10 at the most. And I consulted with a bunch of friends with this, and they actually ended up helping me kind of build it. It's kind of hard to physically help someone when they live in California and I live in Texas.
I might have to send you my old Radeon Fury just to give you that edge.
Well, I have a 1070. How?
Okay, no, you're doing better than my Fury then. Yeah.
But
I miss my supercomputer.
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it comes down to that. Like you guys were saying, like you could basically run, if you just play really old games all the time, a potato is fine. A $300 laptop is generally fine, unless you're playing a really graphic intensive game, which right now Crysis 2 is still there. Crysis 3, one of the Crysises, which is still
Christ.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, and they still need a ridiculous graphics amount or a ridiculous requirement, which makes no sense. They did it for graphics porn essentially, but
Right.
Someone who strictly plays just one video game, for example, like WoW, you'd want a high-end processor, but a low-end video card, because for some reason WoW is processor intensive, and you could basically have like the shittiest graphics card and the best processor, and you can play that game on ultra.
Yeah.
And you'd have to look into that. Like if you were just strictly a WoW or Blizzard based game, if you just play Blizzard games, you would need like basically a computer that's $500, $600, and it would last you a good long time. And people don't understand that. Like, oh, I need this $1,500 laptop or this $2,500 laptop because.
What do you play? You play Dota. Jesus.
Or
Yeah.
of course, Minecraft. I knew someone who spent $3,000 just to play Minecraft on that fucking thing.
Jesus.
He had a Titan, he just bought a Titan Black for it. $1,000 laptop.
It's a goddamn box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1,000 card for that, and he goes, "Oh well, it plays 4K. Well, it has 4K, ultra graphics and
4K and fucking pixelated goddamn graphics. That's pointless.
I was like, 4K 8-bit is 8-bit.
You're right.
It makes, how smooth does your block need to be?
Right. Jesus Christ.
Well, I got 16x anisotropic filtering on it.
Oh God.
So I can make certain that my block always looks like a block.
Right. Oh Jesus.
And then I have another friend who spent close to $15,000 on his rig, but it's justifiable because he's the graphics designer. He makes video games for a living.
Right.
Building a workstation.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's understandable. Like
Very different.
I can't complain about, because he's using all those, well, some of them. I think he only needed like 1 or 2 Titans. He got 4 because he's a pretentious asshole. But
yeah.
he is. He basically the thing, his case is bigger than my desk.
Well, part of the reason why I went as crazy as I did is because I'm jumping on the freaking VR bandwagon. I have my Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
And I love the VR thing. I love the concept. I love the games that are coming out for it. But my old system couldn't quite keep up with it.
Yeah, because you got to double everything practically.
Just about. Yeah, it's pretty intense. So that's kind of why I went where I did.
Yeah,
I wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah, if you were like into flight simulators, you'd be like trying to set up that new Samsung monitor that's like super fucking wide and is actually curved a little bit. Then set up the side monitors and get
More
like all the
they make fucking USB peripherals that's just your like wind direction and heading and all that crazy shit,
Oh, yeah.
just like you would have in a cockpit.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then you're putting money into the seat and the joystick.
Right, because you have to at that point.
Then eventually you get to the people who get all of the force feedback chair, like that one Formula One racer that we saw. That popular video. I would love to get into something like that, just for the thrill of it. But I would never want to own one. I can't imagine how many times that thing fucking breaks. But yeah, that's where specifically what you want. Trying to build a machine that's going to be able to do everything you could throw at it. I think that you're going to end up pissing money away because you don't have the time to enjoy each of those individual things at that full luxurious value.
Right. Over here in chat, Electric Maestro said, "Oh man, just when you guys said Jesus Christ, I have been scrolling through a separate tab containing screenshots of the PC-88 version of Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom, and one of them is of a strawberry getting crucified on the cross." I mean, just fate smiles upon us at that moment.
Mary Christ.
What the
That's amazing. I love fate sometimes. Anyway, all right, Ron, you've been oddly silent. I mean, what's your take?
After that, I think I'm going to stay silent. Wow.
I take it you don't know of that game?
No, why would I?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Veg. I mean, I play a ton of games. And originally, when we had bought these rigs, we wanted something that would last us years, and this one has lasted us years, and it's still a very good PC.
Is that the
Kathy's is the same way. Yeah,
yours has been solid since forever.
Yeah, and Kathy's got the same thing. We've only ever upgraded video cards. I've put an extra hard drive in mine, but I mean, for price first value here, I mean, we paid a lot of money for these computers, but we're going on what four years with these things, and there's no sign of slowing down. So, very happy with these purchases, and they pretty much fit all my gaming needs right now.
I remember when you got it because yours had a problem and we couldn't raid for like 2 days because.
I was sitting on my old computer at one point, and it would take 10 minutes to boot up. It was awful. So,
pedal faster.
I know, right?
Feed the hamsters more, you prick.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot more to add.
Upgrade to a durable. You cheap.
Yeah, right.
At least the guinea pig.
I don't want to use any of Coles's props.
Don't get a capybara like our Shosh-san did.
Yeah,
Veg is the only person who even reacted to that. I'm disappointed, guys.
I went through the link that was given to us on Princess Tomato. I think I've actually played this crazy game, believe it or not.
What?
It was years ago, but it was on an emulator, if I remember. And yeah, no, it looks really familiar. It's a little weird. It's a crazy game anyway. Trust me.
But yeah, I mean,
anyway,
I've heard people that buy all kinds of crazy setups. Just to play one single game. And
what percentage of people over-purchase, like ridiculously over-purchase their hardware in the stories that were shared? How often do you think that is the case?
The problem is I think it's really high. Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand how computers work, let alone, fully understand what it is that they're trying to do. I would not be surprised if it is a very, very high percentage.
Reasonable.
Makes you wonder if that's the case for a lot of luxury things.
You would think. And in fact, it's only now that I'm just installed my 1080 Ti that I'm starting to kind of put stuff together to really put it to its
intended
limits. Yeah, I want to see what this thing is capable of. I want to see where it stops. And so far, granted, I haven't tried much, but it blazes through everything that I've thrown at it. I haven't run PC
even
Mark
the controllers.
Yet. Yeah, even the controllers, because it's in this weird aluminum case that seems to withstand controllers being thrown at it. But no, I haven't run PC
Beer
Mark
bottles?
yet. I haven't run 3D Mark yet. I haven't done anything as far as benchmarking it at the moment. I'm hoping to have that done tonight. Actually.
How resilient is it to food and drink at the computer desk?
As long as it doesn't go in through the top where there's these weird spinning plastic things, I'd imagine it would do okay.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
always something that I have to test my laptops for.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
I'm pretty
keep-
certain that my laptop has a
beverage
it-
dispenser at this point.
it has an induced dementia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would for everyone listening at home, the Six Gaming Podcast does not recommend pouring liquids onto your laptop.
Unless
Wait,
you have-
why not?
how else are you supposed to clean under the keyboard? It's
Oh,
horrible
God.
out there.
Oh God.
You're also supposed to delete that pesky Windows 32 file.
That's okay.
I
I've got a
hate that file.
64-bit operating system, so I'm perfectly fine. You can't fool me.
Oh Jesus. You know, at this point, I won't even get into how many keyboards I've gone through just because I've spilled shit on it. So we'll move on. Let alone the keyboards that are broken out of pure fury. So
Mechanical keyboards make a really cool exploding noise.
I imagine. I
The
have
keys
my
was kind of like there was a little bit of extra tension there, so when the keys snap off, they're like. So
I think we need to get this ran out
Yeah.
and wrap this up.
let's wrap this up. All right. I won't get into my mechanical keyboard. But yeah, all
how
right.
much RAM did you download for your new rig?
Oh, you know, I downloaded
God.
about 32 gigs worth of RAM. You know,
Fucking Christ.
You have you
These
said you
two.
didn't have fiber?
I didn't have
Dude.
fiber. Yeah, it took forever. But you know what? I now have the RAM that I need.
Is it worth it?
It is absolutely worth it. I
What
recommend
What do we do with these
everybody.
guys?
Where do you
I
recommend
recommend
buying your
everyone
RAM from?
You don't know.
Where do I buy it from?
I heard some good things about Amazon, but
Amazon's okay, but you know what? If you really want to download the best RAM, I recommend you go to Best Buy. Those guys absolutely know what they're talking about, hands down.
Fucking Christ. Jesus
They're
Christ.
just, you know, I don't care what Apple says. The guys at Best Buy are the real geniuses.
and you also got to check out their premium Geek Squad line for
Yeah,
real
no.
gamers.
Man, if it has that Geek Squad stamp on it, you know it's quality.
Fucking shut the fuck up.
This has been Six Gaming Podcast, filling in for your host who has completely lost it. We're going to say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. Yes, thank you so very much for joining us. Of course, since I've been put back on the rails, yeah, thank you guys very much. If you guys want to join us next week, we are in fact here every single Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, you can check us out on our YouTube channel, Six Gaming Podcast. We actually have a website, go figure, at 6.gg, as well as our Facebook page. Look us up at Six Gaming Podcast. Yeah, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't let my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts say goodnight. So, Vegito, say goodnight, sir.
Toodles, you dickwads.
Word up. Runkley, say goodnight.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I know. More fun.
You're welcome for saving your show. Honestly,
Thank
I
you.
mean,
You are truly a prince among thieves.
you know, I was going to play Descent with my girlfriend, and then something just tickled the back of my neck.
Well,
and
what? Stop,
after I
stop,
killed
stop.
the spider
Nope.
told me,
No. We all know that gamers don't have girlfriends. That's just the way it works.
I was going.
May I
to
point
play
out that
Descent-
3 out of 4 of the people, 3 out of 4 of the awesome and illustrious hosts of the show are married. Just pointing that out.
Indeed. Which my wife is in the corner shaking her head. So there is that too.
Well, I mean, he's technically not wrong. We don't have girlfriends.
Right. I
You don't have
honestly,
one.
I think I only made our dating I only made it about a week before I brought it up that I was a gamer. So I didn't last that long. Some reason she stuck with me. Go figure. Anyway, all right, play Descent with your girlfriend. Have fun, man.
Sure thing, fucko.
I've actually stumped Morphon. That's like the highlight of my time here.
Not stumped, just
Bewildered.
you'll get your comeuppance, buddy.
Good.
It's
I'm
coming.
I think that I elevated Soshan roasting to an art form. It's going to be a fucking apocalypse in here next time.
Yes, good.
I can't wait.
Good. I pride myself on having thick skin, so let's see just how far you can go. I like this. All right, now of course I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight. So thank you guys again very much for joining us. I'm of course your host as always, Shosan, even though it's not as always from the last 6 episodes. Something crazy.
Is more like it.
Oh Jesus. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Again, check in with us here next week, 10 p.m. Central, and we look forward to having you. Of course, Mr. Runkley, would you please, sir, take it away?
See you. Bye.